everyone. Dive into Anchor Together, a captivating YouTube series that offers an intimate look into the extraordinary lives of seafarers and their families.
From long-standing maritime partnerships to new connections formed at sea, Anchored Together highlights the incredible journeys of those who navigate both the ocean and the relationships with passion and resilience. Get ready for an engaging twist with Anchored Together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a refreshing episode of Anchored Together. I am so happy to have two powerful women with me on this episode today, and I'm excited to sail through this with them today. So, we have Anuradha on my right, and we have Shilpa on my left. Anuradha.
Hi, I'm Captain Anuradha Jha, and I'm very glad to be on this show. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Shilpa Bhandurge and I'm working as surveyor at Indian Register of Shipping.
So, just to tell you to begin with, they are really close friends, and this I didn't know for some time back, but so we are super excited to listen a lot from them today. So, starting with you, Captain Anuradha, or should I call you Anuradha?
Anuradha is good.
Great. So, Anuradha, tell me something that both of you are, very well known in the industry. You have made a mark for yourself, and we are so proud of your achievements, to be very honest, and you're an inspiration for so many. So, let's get back to the roots. Where are you from, and how did you get into the industry? Tell us a bit about yourself so that everybody else knows the other side of Anuradha.
Sure. So, I'm from Patna, and I was born and brought up there. My education, early education also was from there only. So, in Bihar, I think many of you must be aware that once you do your 12th, there are two streams. One is medical, one is engineering. Medical was a no for me, so when I started preparing for IIT JEE, there was one stream which was going to Merchant Navy, and that was being taken from the IIT JEE entrance only. So when I got this interview call from Shipping Corporation of India, I was not aware about Merchant Navy. It was just call for interview. I went, I liked it, and I joined. I did not know anything about shipping, nor did my parents. And being from a landlocked place, I think none of us in my family also were aware about this profession. And it was kind of ignorance and bliss because uh, if they would have known that this is a tough profession and girls are rarely joining this profession, maybe it would have been difficult for me to convince them to let me in.
All right. And what about you, Shilpa?
Yeah, so I grew up a small town near Nagpur, which is in the Vidarbha region of Maharashtra, which is far away from ocean. And we had very less no exposure at all for merchant navy. Navy we knew is only Indian Navy. When I completed my engineering in electrical and electronics, I secured a government job, but honestly, sitting just behind the desk was just I didn't feel right about it. So I left that job and I came to Pune and joined IT company. And immediately within 1 month, I happened to meet my senior colleague in the college, and he is a seafarer and sailing on board ship. So that encounter, the spark, create interest in me to join my marine industry. and that's how I joined Tolani Shipping and then moved to a Great Eastern Shipping Company, and that created passion about marine electrotechnology and automation. And then when I was attending audits and conducting audits and inspections, that develops strong interest to work with classification societies, and which eventually led today where I am a surveyor in Indian Register of Shipping.
Wow, what a journey. You're a captain and you chose to be an ETO, the electrical training officer. How are these two profiles very different? Because there'll be a lot of people watching, so I think it's a good blend. So Anuradha, I'm going to ask you first. What do you think is the difference in the two, and what are the challenges in both these roles?
Sure. If we talk about in a very layman language, or in a very more non-merchant navy or non or civilian manner, we can say that broadly on board a ship there are two departments. One is basically the management, and one is the technical. So when we talk about getting into shipping in deck side, that is basically the management side, and when we talk about getting in the engine side, that is the technical side. So this is how broadly we can define. And talking about getting in the deck side, it starts from a very early stage. Like once a person does his or her 12th, they enter, and every journey has to be the same. Enter as deck cadet, and slowly with experience and sea time, you rise up to the rank of captain, where you become the overall in charge. Whereas in technical side, again, it starts from the basic only, but they have to do their engineering before entering into the field.
Yeah, tell me, Shilpa, about ETO.
Right. So ETO is when you complete when means the eligibility criteria for being ETO on board ship is graduation BTech engineering in electrical electronics or instrumentation. And after that, 4 months course is there for electrotechnical officers, pre-sea training, and then on-board sea training.
All right. So, Anuradha, tell me about the first time you stepped on board a vessel and your first experience. How was it?
It was very difficult for us to see that big ship which we were supposed to join, because when we did our pre-sea, we did not get chance to visit a ship, so we didn't know how it looked like, or how big it can be. And we went in a very small boat in SBM at Vishakhapatnam, and when we went closer to the vessel, we found that this is huge. It was like a big wall, and we were supposed to climb that pilot ladder to board the vessel. Then, after stepping on the ship, we looked on either side. One side was accommodation, one side was forecastle. So, in our PC, it was told that left side is port and right side is starboard. Now, we were wondering whether we have to look forward or aft, which side we have to look to determine port and starboard. So, it was very difficult. Everything was like new. We didn't know how it would be. And then, after boarding the ship, completing the discharging, we sailed out Arabian Sea monsoon time.
Oh, rough weather, huh?
Rough weather, too much of it, and we were not having this idea that in rough weather, when the vessel rolls, you can't keep mugs like this, or everything will keep on moving on its own. So during my first voyage only, I was standing near my cabin, and my hand was kept near the door, and the door banged, and there was a deep cut.
Oh my God.
So within 3 to 4 days, I had this injury, and the medical assistant that was there, like chief officer, did my first aid, put a band-aid, and it took 15 days to reach next port. Until that time, there was no doctor, no medical facility available. So it was very different from what we have ashore.
How was sure. And how was your first experience?
Yeah, so like my journey to join shipping is completely uncommon, I think. First, I joined at the institute as a faculty to teach electrotechnical officers, because earlier there were radio officers and there were no trained electrotechnical officers. So that course started later. With my core electrical knowledge, Great Eastern appointed me to train for the electrotechnical officer cadets. But before that, to get the exposure of ship, what all systems are there on board ships. So the core electrical knowledge I had, but how it is applicable on board ship, that's why Great Eastern sent me on board ship to sail, and that's how I went on ship. So as I said, I am from a place where water scarcity is there. The sea and oceans are far away to see, and then to see such a giant structure, it was overall very complete different experience, and we enjoyed a lot.
You did, yeah. But honestly, I mean, when you go first time on ship, this I always, when I speak with cadets also, there's a 180-degree turn when you actually board the vessel. So what you learn, what you see, but the practical experience which you get on board. See, nobody can prepare you for rolling and pitching.
No.
Nobody can prepare you for seasickness,
Right.
because that is something you have to experience and then you do it. And I also know you two are really good friends. So I'm going to be knowing more about it. So how did your friendship start?
Right, I would like to speak about it first because as I told, I was working at the institute at Great Eastern in Lonavala, and she was also at the same Samudra Institute Lonavala. We first met at one maritime event, and we exchanged words, and then we came to know that both of us are staying at Lonavala, and that's how we came in contact. And later we were in contact, but then little we know, but life had a bigger plans. So when COVID hit, that time we got stuck at Lonavala, nowhere else to go. Both of us were staying alone at our own company's accommodation. So I decided that why not to stay together instead of staying alone. So I shifted to her place, and it was a hilarious situation because we barely knew about each other, and then we have to suddenly share the space with each other. So but we had no choice to figure out about each other, but then we bonded over late night chats, long chats, and watching web series, and maritime sharing maritime experiences. We had fight also, an argument also, that pulling her rank as a captain saab and I'm a batti saab. So who is more important and who is more powerful on ship? We had a big huge fight on that.
Really?
And I had no place where to go because I was stuck in COVID. So that was so funny. But then at the end of the COVID, we were not only friends, we were like family.
Anuradha, what
I
is-
want to elaborate
Yes,
on that
see,
fight.
fight, huh?
So she got very furious and she just left, walked away from the house.
Okay.
And I went out looking for her after 5-10 minutes. Okay,
Oh,
now I have to get her back. So I tried calling her. She was not picking up my phone. And then there was one shop nearby. So I asked that lady, auntie, आपने उसको देखा जो मेरे साथ रहती है? तो वो उधर गई है. Phone try करो. And now I was not telling her that we had a fight and she's not picking up my phone. I said network नहीं आ रहा है. So suddenly I realized that what kind of fight it is.
But really, I mean, you could really fight over this. Did you come to any
Yes.
conclusion or no? But no, nothing.
Both are important on ship.
So when you
Captain, ship cannot sail without captain and without ETO.
ETO, absolutely. But then you have stayed together for so long in COVID,
No.
and any such, apart from this fight, any such very memorable moment you've had or something which you always will remember, apart from this fight.
There are Adipti, lots of moments. Like whenever we meet together, I mean with each other, then that any kind of situation, any kind of any place, no matter where we are, it become laughters, and that moment become funny, and we forget our age and we just enjoy and we create moments. If we want to share one of them is we arrange a small party to have drink first, and and then she was at her place and she was cooking rajma chawal.
Okay.
So I organize everything on a table to have drinks and what to have along with that, and she was cooking rajma chawal. So by then all arrangements were done, and she that rajma chawal delicious aroma was coming, and she suddenly cancelled everything. I don't want to drink. We will just directly dive for the dinner, and we had rajma chawal. So such little moments, make us laugh always. And there are plenty, I think.
There's one more. whenever we are together, we end up driving on the wrong side of the lane. And today morning also we did the
It's the
same.
same thing.
At that time in COVID, there was no traffic, no, so we just thought that let's drive wrong side because we will never get this chance ever in
Ever.
life.
Okay. Now, both of you have really, hectic careers right now, and I think the jobs which you've taken now are quite demanding. So you are working with Maersk, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your role there?
I'm working as safety and nautical superintendent there.
Okay, and you're working in IRS as what now?
Surveyor for certification and approvals.
Okay, so both of you are very different as far as your job profiles are concerned, but equally demanding jobs. So how do you balance out your friendship then? How do you make up for that?
We never lose a chance to meet up.
Okay.
Like it sometimes becomes difficult to find a particular time. Okay, let's meet. But then whenever there is like Shilpa is coming, okay, I have to go. So it is for her also. You are going, okay, I'll also come.
Okay,
So it's something like that.
okay.
Mostly, your organized events help us to meet. Like we met on the Walk of Success also together.
Oh yes.
So
yeah.
thank you very much for that also.
No, no,
I'm
no.
very
It was
nice.
I mean, I think both of you really, like I said in the beginning of the episode, you have also carved a niche for yourself, and there are so many people who look up to, especially women, because this industry had never seen so many women in different important roles, and that has changed over a period of time. So I think it's wonderful to have that visibility also for us that yes, we are there, and we have arrived, kind of thing, and we are also doing our bit for the industry.
Yeah.
That's so
Very.
important. Anuradha, tell me something that you all have gone through so much ups and downs together with the COVID and all of this. Any particular thing you've learned from Shilpa?
She's very punctual
Okay.
and she has like set routine. I am more of rowdy and a moody kind of a person, but she has a very set structured way of living her life. Getting up in the morning, doing some exercise, doing some, everything is very structured. And even work wise, we were together and both of us were teaching at that time, and our online classes had started. So she always used to approach like if she has to do some project, make some PPTs or prepare for something, she'll keep on doing bit by bit. Like if she has 5 days, she'll spread it over 5 days. But for me, it was like 4 days, nothing. Fifth day, okay, all hands on deck. So this is something that fascinates me about her.
And Shilpa, what is it which you have learned from Anuradha over a period of time?
Right. So, I'm very, means I like a person if a frequency matches, and then that person becomes my friend, thick, close friend. Otherwise, that's why I have very few friends, very selected friends. But what good quality about her I would like to mention is she is very open, positive, approachable, and whoever is around her, she has the capability to attract that person and build up some friendship, relationship. So that is what is very commendable about her.
This is
But
first time she's saying
She's saying
something good
something,
about me.
and that too she's saying it on camera where there's so many people going to be watching it
Yeah,
also.
but that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, that's wonderful. Do you call each other for advice regarding some work or something that, okay, you're into some project, you're doing some work, and do you discuss work with each other?
Yes,
Yes, but our streams are
it's
little different.
different.
Okay, but sometimes does it happen that you're stuck on something and you feel, okay, let me just call Shilpa and ask her what is her viewpoint on this?
Our paths did not cross work-wise much.
Okay,
It's completely different. But yes, personally, if you ask, professionally,
no, okay, and personally, do you all take advice from each other?
yes.
We interfere in
definitely.
each other's personal
You
life.
interfere. So do you
Yeah.
do you think sometimes that when you interfere and you are upfront and all that, and how do you take that as if she gives you some absolute blunt advice and she tells you, no, Shilpa, I think this is not it.
Yes, it has happened many times. But I would like to share another part of it, like joy, fun, everything is always with her. That is maximum time. But I'm also very strong by nature. But the one phase of my life when I lost my dad 2 years back, at that time it was very difficult phase. I was completely broken, and I thought life is completely ended for me. That time she was there like a strong support, like a person at least with whom I can share
Sure.
and pour my heart, and that helps a lot to come out of that
Yes.
situation, because I was completely literally like into depression kind of thing, and that she was really there for me, and which helped me to come out of that. So I'm really thankful to you for that.
That time I advised her to go leave teaching, leave Lonavala,
Yes.
and go back on ship. I was scared
Huh.
because she was already in that phase, and then I was pushing her to go on ship.
Huh.
But she did well.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
yeah,
after long gap, I went on ship to sail again,
really,
and
okay.
then after that I joined here in IRS.
IRS.
So yeah, that professionally, if you ask, then that she became a cheerleader to encourage and motivate me that you come out of this phase, reminded my potential, and to come out of that comfort zone at
But I
Lonavala.
think it's so important to have at least that one person who can push
Yes,
you,
it's very
in the
much,
right,
I'll
in the
tell.
right direction. And you
See, yes. See, we have parents. I have good brother. I have good. Their wives are very strong
Supportive.
support to me. But we can't share everything with family. There is one friend is required with whom we can speak anything, whatever
Yeah.
is there in heart, and that's what role she play for me.
So Anuradha, have you come across any time where she gave you that strength? Any your time where you felt you were also going through something difficult, but she was there like as a rock solid support for you?
Yes. When I was in Lonavala during COVID time, that time she was rock solid for me. And more than we say rock solid, she is like, that, how can I defend it? It's that song, no? तुमको देखा तो ये ख्याल आया जिंदगी दूँ तुम So that peaceful thing she has in her, around her, and I am like, lot of things keep on going on my mind, and disturbed and arrogant, or maybe sometimes that rowdy nature is me, and that she calms me down.
That's good. I think it's somewhere we both balance.
Yeah.
And I always feel, girls need to have a BFF. I always feel that no matter you have a
Yes.
family and all of that is okay, but that
Yes.
one person, your girlfriend, you call it, or your best friend or best buddy with whom you can really pour your heart out. So, Shilpa, you are now in IRS. It's really a high pressure job here. How do you manage your stress at work?
Yeah, so I recently joined IRS, so there are a lot of things I need to learn. So I have to pay close attention to various national, international rules, regulations, statutory requirements, and yes, that there is a lot of pressure sometime. But I'm blessed to work in the leadership of Chairman Arun Sharma sir, Managing Director Praveen Mishra sir, all colleagues and seniors at IRS are always ready to support, and work culture at IRS is very amazing. A good team around us plays very important role, and it really helps to reduce the stress in much easier way.
Easier way. And Anuradha, what about you? Even your job profile which you have, is it stressful? Do you think at times it's more demanding?
It's actually sometimes more demanding, but then we have a team, good team, and they support each other. They come up front and say, okay, do you require any assistance? We can share the workload. So
And
that
what is the
happens.
most challenging part of your job, you feel?
It is sometimes long nights and getting calls from the vessels, so those things.
And why did
Handling
you
the
switch
vessels.
from training to the current position which you've taken? What made you take that leap?
It was getting monotonous, time and time again, same things going on day after day, and it was like 4 5 years. So I was kind of bored. It was too monotonous now. So I needed to have some thrill, some challenge. So I took this.
Just one question came to my mind. Do you all miss sailing?
Extremely, I do.
You do? What about you?
Yes, I do.
You do? If you
Yes.
get a chance back, will you go back to ship?
Uh, I don't know. Yes, I may, but it's that things are different in life, like family and all
Yes,
that
of course,
stuff.
of course. But you do miss sailing.
Yes, those days were good. No traffic.
No traffic, yeah, right. True, when you're sitting out there.
Fresh air.
Fresh air, blue seas.
Yeah. You miss that, right? Yeah, I've gone to a ship a couple of times with my father, and I feel it's beautiful. It's really nice. You don't get to have that view and that kind of thing when you're out in the city and
Right.
driving in traffic. So, like I said, both of you are really had a great path and great journey. Anuradha, I want to start with you on this. What advice do you have for young girls? You know, there are a lot of girls now. I think you're working with Maersk now, and they're also really looking into getting more girl cadets, and you're working towards that goal as well. So, what would you like to tell the young girls about this profession, and maybe a little realistic view? I want not a fancy view where you feel, oh wow, like you're going to be in your uniform and you're going out on a big ship. But what advice would you have? Because there'll be a lot of people who'll be watching this episode as to why they should take up this as a career choice for them.
First of all, this profession is much more different than what normally people do. It's unique in its own way. Life on board the ship is different. It's a lifestyle choice. See, choosing any profession is completely up to individual's own aptitude and also what the person wants to. But this job will require at least 8 to 10 years of complete devotion until you reach some position. So, uh, I would advise young girls when they are opting for this profession, they should actually think way ahead and fix a goal and do not deviate before they achieve their goal. That is very important because if you have entered as a deck cadet or engine cadet and then you drop out, you don't give your exams, don't get promoted, and then uh, all those 4 5 years are wasted. You have to fix that goal and go up to that level. Then only you will get the feel of what it is.
Yeah, and something which you'd like to also tell a piece of advice for the girls who are now, already undergoing training in various colleges. So, what advice would you like to give them before they board their first vessel? What do you think they should keep in mind, and what should they be prepared for when they go out at sea?
The first and foremost thing is hard work. They
Okay.
have to be prepared for it, and they have to increase their skill and competency to the level that they can compete with the other counterparts. Because even though for last 2 decades there have been good amount of work done towards gender diversity in the industry, but still when any female would go on the ship, it will be very likely that they will be the only female on board that ship, and there has to be some comparison somewhere, it will be there, and they have to stand by that. Also, recent days I have found that some girls, they feel that something is wrong with them, or people are more harsh to them than the others, or they should give up. They start feeling like, okay, the things will be different in the other company or in other ship, and they should just keep quiet on this particular. They have to speak up if something is wrong. They have to understand that hard work is required, and they have to understand that there are a couple of years in the initial phases where the life is really going to be tough, and this is what you are going through now. It is going to be better later.
Shilpa, I want to ask you also because we've also heard a lot of now girl ETO batches are passing out of TS Rahman also. We've had, I think, if I'm not wrong, 3 batches of girls and they're getting placed also.
Yes.
So, what piece of advice you'd like to give to the girls who have specifically chosen a different trajectory, and getting into ETO, which earlier we have not seen so many girls.
Mhm.
So, what advice would you like to give them?
See, my advice is ETO is only person on board ship to handle all the electrical, electronic control automation systems, whether it is navigation side or whether it is engine side. Like deck side, there are a lot of ranks: cadet, fifth engineer, fourth engineer, second engineer, chief engineer. So when a cadet join at a junior level, there are many people to guide him or her. Similarly on a deck side also, but ETO is such a position on board ship where there are no buddy senior or experience. Like today there are ETO and then trainee ETO. If that is the case, then there is somebody to guide, but otherwise it's completely different job. And whenever there is any problem and troubleshooting, at that time we should be very thorough in that. Thorough technical knowledge is must. So I will like to give advice to girls that be very very technically sound to do your job as electrotechnical officer on board ship.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Competency, I think, is really important because that itself should, project the kind of person you are and the seriousness you have about the profession. And like I agree with Anuradha, it's not about, you're going as what gender on board. Once you're on board, you're a seafarer.
Right.
It doesn't matter you're a, if you're a
Lady
captain,
or
you're a captain. Nobody's asking you, are you a she or a he?
Right.
You are a captain, you have to do your job as a captain and not with the gender with which we go on board. All right. Now I'm going to ask you some fun questions about each other, okay? So, something which maybe other people don't know, but it's just going to be random questions, okay? So, Anuradha, we're going to start with you. Tell me, what's your favorite cuisine? What do you love to eat the most?
Chicken.
Chicken. You?
I like Indian cuisine, mostly Maharashtrian.
Maharashtrian cuisine, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jawar bhakri.
Okay.
Vegetable.
All right. And out of the two of you, who's more short tempered?
That's a trick question.
Maybe me.
You?
She don't want to say. I will accept.
No, I will tell you one quality about her, just one thing. So she is like short tempered. If somebody will come and talk to her in some offensive manner, and she'll give it back.
Okay.
But she always makes a boundary around her.
Okay.
Either you are inside that boundary or outside that boundary.
Okay.
So if you are inside that boundary, even if you'll kill her, she'll not say anything.
Okay.
I'm inside that boundary.
All right. That's cool. So who's more organized out of the two of you? Shilpa is more organized. Who's a better cook?
Again, a trick question.
No, you are better than me. I
Yeah.
think.
I cook.
Yeah, you cook.
I
Yeah.
cook.
And what's your favorite dish which you cook?
I cook everything like rajma chawal.
Rajma chawal. All right. Okay. And tell me your go-to place. That is, that's the best place you like to visit.
I would like to visit that hill area where we used to go in Lonavala.
Lonavala. Tungarli Hill.
Tungarli Hill.
Oh, really?
There's a dam
Very beautiful scenic place
Place?
it is, yes.
Okay. Your favorite actor?
there. My favorite actor used to be Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. Used to be.
Now he's still the favorite, and I still watch those movies. Old
Okay.
ones.
And you?
Favorite actor Shahid Kapoor.
Okay. And your actress?
Actress Kajol.
Okay.
Yes, Kajol.
And
Kajol.
Sushmita Sen.
And Susmita Sen. Oh, okay. And what do you do in your free time? This is something I really want to know. Do you have some free time for yourself, and what do you do?
Free time I don't get, but I sing.
You sing? You really do?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What about you?
I sleep.
You sleep in your free time? You have nothing else to do?
Yeah, I love taking rest.
Okay. But any of your other talent which you have which people don't know about, apart from the work which you're doing and the serious work which you're into?
I love making reels.
Okay. Yeah, that I've seen.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is my passion. Passion in the sense I like making reels when I'm having free time.
Okay.
And as I said, in my place, Navy is only known as Indian Navy. So fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know. But that's why the many reels in the uniform. That's why I've got 9,000 followers
Wow.
and so many likes.
Lovely. And you?
Nice. I used to read, write, and also sing. So all those things were
Are
there. I made some drawings also during lockdown, but not much.
Okay.
And with the kind of life we are living, I think sometimes it becomes tough to
Tough
get
to do
time
it.
for.
Yeah. Okay. One thing about Shilpa which you like and one thing which you dislike.
Okay.
Okay, let me not use a dislike. One thing you tolerate about Shilpa rather.
Okay, I tolerate about her. Nothing. I am okay with her, whatever her ways are.
Yeah?
I like her, yes.
Yeah. And you, Shilpa, anything which you tolerate about her?
Same. Like,
Same?
see, we are like in such a, we are like, we adjust. And whatever I'm not liking, we don't interfere too much. Like, if you are doing something I don't like, I don't insist on saying that you don't do. If something is really something wrong, then only. Otherwise, nothing major.
Okay. All right. Okay. And the last question for both of you, before, of course, we are coming to an end of this episode. One reason why you think girls should join maritime industry?
The first thing is that you become too independent at a very early stage. You take care of yourself, travel alone, join ships, see places, meet different group of people, extremely different people from different nationalities. Need to you get to understand their culture, So all those things are very important because if we talk about stereotype, education is, you keep on studying and getting the degrees, but actually education is about learning from your surroundings, and when your surroundings are very different from what you have been, your learning becomes very fast, and you as a person grow very fast. So it is that one thing that they should try.
And what would you like to say? Why should they join this industry?
Girls should join this industry because, yeah, same like what she said, we become independent, we become very strong. If we survive on boat ship working, then it makes us taking good decisions to decide what is right or wrong for us, because we are all alone on ourselves on boat ship. So that's why.
All right. So, you both had a wonderful life, I think, so far. Of course, with challenges, good things, pros, cons, everything come with every profession. But I think at the end of it, it all matters on how far you want to go. So, Anuradha, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Doing what?
5 years from now, I am looking at doing something which can be more closer to my hobby, because
Okay.
I have already started taking those small steps that I will be recording one song maybe every week, or
Wow.
so maybe in next 5 years I'll be going more towards my passion.
Okay. And Shilpa?
I would like to grow up in a career what I have chosen.
So, we might see you in a much more higher position in the same
Yeah.
job in the next 5 years.
I will try my best.
No, you will, of course. I think both of you have done wonderfully well. So, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so excited to have you both, and it's great to see a friendship like yours. I think it's one thing which many people may not have known, that you two are such close, thick friends, which even I came to know through this. But that's great, and I hope your friendship goes a long, long, long way. And thank you so much for coming to the show. And as a token of our love and appreciation, we wanted to give you mementos. Of course, these are Anchor Together mugs for both of you. But of course,
Thank you.
it's a delight to have a chat with you. I can go on and on because you're two such great friends. And I think it has been a wonderful episode to do with both of you. So thank you so much for being together.
Thank you so much, Dipti. Thanks to you also for many things, and thanks to have calling us to have a chat with each other.
No,
We
it's always
enjoyed
good
a
to know
lot.
a different side of you, It's not that you're only that strong woman, but there is another side to ourselves as well. So thank you, Anuradha, and thank you, Shilpa, for being here. Thank you, viewers, for watching, and until next time, keep watching, be safe, and happy sailing.
My father, being an old timer, said, I'll write. But he had a very funny letter. I saw it later in life. He wrote to a brother, I understand both of them and blah blah blah. Tell your parents. And this concluding line was, if a proposal is made, it shall be duly accepted.
Aha. So back the ball was again in their court. Ah.
And then there was no response from her side. Then I asked one of my Masi, check with her, is she serious or not serious? I don't know. So pata chala ki she has been locked in home. After that, not allowed to go out. So my father planned इसको चल के भगा लेता.
अच्छा. Oh.
हाँ, तो मेरे को short leave ली SCI से
हाँ.
और भगाने गए थे.
अच्छा अच्छा.
My father came from Lucknow. I went from here. कि इसको भगा ले.
तो मतलब आपकी फैमिली वो राजपूत टाइप थिंकिंग
हाँ,
बड़ी चलती थी मेरे ख्याल से.
like that.
वो पृथ्वीराज तरह.
तो फिर पता चला her father had not been told, but in that time he got to know.
I see.
तो instead of भगाने की जगह हमारा रोकना हो गया.
अच्छा अच्छा. Oh.
So that was in 84.